Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are hopping into a diesel Chevy Squarebody for a off-road camping adventure. Now, a couple of things I gotta go into first before we continue on are, first of all, John Hot Rod, who is the creator of this truck and a lot of other Chevy Squarebody-based mods, actually very recently updated pretty much his entire line of Squarebody trucks, and also released some updates both for the console side and the PC side. Now, if you're on the console side, there's a bunch of new add-ons to dig into and a bunch of updates, but obviously those have to be approved first. And if you're on the PC side, as you can see, there's a PC dedicated emblem pack where you can see it says Silverado on the side, you've got the Chevy logo on the grill, and inside you have some Chevy logos as well, like for example right here on the dashboard. But one of the biggest highlights today is the fact that we're actually going camping. Now, the truck is set up realistically. It's got 40-inch tires and a suspension that is actually spec'd for 40-inch tires. We're running a 5-speed transmission, and inside the camper, this is where things get really interesting because this is all detailed in here. You've got your fridge, your table, places to sit and eat. You've got the microwave, a full kitchen, couple of burners. You even have a dish towel that hangs out right there. You got some cabinetry, and you've of course got your bed where you'll sleep for the night, and a really nice, honestly, near 360-degree view out the top windows. And it's actually a really comfy place to spend time. You've also got the skylight right there, and then now we're gonna hop into the truck and get out on the trail and see what this thing is all about, and also see if we can make it to our campsite without, well, winding up in any trouble or flipping over or really any kind of undesirable situation like that. Roars to life, too. I absolutely love the way this thing sounds. Now, the map that we're on today is called Mirror Lake, and if you guys haven't given it a try yet, you absolutely should. This map is very much a throwback to what the game was like and what the maps were like back in the MudRunner days, and if you were a fan of really anything from that time period in this franchise, this map is gonna offer you all of those MudRunner style experiences in, frankly, enormous amounts. So let's see how we do on the trail and get on rolling. Not bad, digging in with those 40s, but we're starting to already run into a little bit of an issue because, again, keep in mind, we got a big old camper on the back, like a gigantic camper, but leaving it in low and letting it eat really helps us make our way up the rocks. And actually, that camper does add a little bit of weight, but even though it's a little bit extra top heavy, that weight can sometimes help push you down into the ground and into the rock and give you a little bit more traction, but that's very situationally dependent. Now, let me know in the comment section down below where you would take a setup like this. Would you take it immediately camping? Would you pull the camper out and take the truck trail riding? Would you take it to your favorite off-road park? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would be very curious to know. Also, the only thing about running a big camper like that is that I did not see any of those rocks that were coming up. When the truck pitched its front end down, I was like, oh, there's rocks here, and I had no idea. All right, let's ease it on up here. Wow, that grip. It slides a little bit to the left, and then those 40s just dig in and rip. I'd be so worried about ripping the back of the camper off. I don't know about y'all, but I'd be like, it would always be in the back of my head. I'd be like, man, I really am gonna rip the back of this off, aren't I? All right, let's let that front passenger side drop. You can see it continues to slide down this hill with all that weight. I mean, I wasn't on throttle at all, and it just continued slithering down the hill. God, that is a precarious spot. I am so glad we have lockers, dude. Like, the fact that we have lockers is really saving me right now. Easy. Oh, dude, it's actually doing really well. I may have to approach this from a slightly diagonal line. What do you think, Beans? You think I ought to approach it from the side or go straight on? Man, you think I ought to go straight on? Beans, you're crazy. You're nuts. All right, let's go. Easy. Give it a little bit of beans. Oh, there we go. Wow. Dude, this wheelbase actually works really well for this map. I am super impressed with how straightforward this has been along this trail. Now, I also have to say, I'm not running overpoweredly grippy tires. I'm running tires that are a little bit grippier than vanilla, but they're not necessarily overpowered. They're what I would call a middle-of-the-road tire, and I think the middle-of-the-road tire actually strikes a really realistic balance and also feels the most like the grip levels we had in MudRunner on a lot of realism-focused trucks. beautiful little pond along this trail. This is one of my favorite spots, actually, on this entire trail. It's a very scenic run. Very, very scenic run. Letting it dig in. Come on. There we go. Give her a little wheel speed. Not bad. Oh, dude. Dude, this thing absolutely just rips. Not only is it really fun to drive, but it just feels so, like, it just feels so positive. Like, all the feedback that you get from the vehicle is just, honestly, really, really nice. And it tells you what it's about to do. It doesn't feel, I mean, yeah, obviously it's gonna feel a little top-heavy with the camper, but it doesn't feel so top-heavy that you're like, oh, it's gonna roll over any second now. Now, let me actually go into the interior and see what happens when I activate the radar. Whoa, that's so sick. Oh my god, it pops out of the dash. That's incredible. Mad props to John. Oh, wow. That's... okay. That's next level, dude. That's so next level. I mean, you can't even, like... I can't even argue with that. I don't think anybody could argue with how cool that is. Lumbering right on down. Come on. Man, that flex, I've got to admit, like, even while being able to support the camper in the back, it's got enough flex that it really doesn't feel like you have weight back there. Now, obviously, you do have weight back there, but it doesn't feel like it's holding the truck back on the trail at all. And, I mean, the fact that you could just jump in and have this kind of experience with this truck, and even more so that you could jump into a session with friends and just get a bunch of campers together and legit just go camping, oh, that is the absolute beauty of both this game and this truck. Really, this entire mod setup. Come on. Yo, we gonna get that first try? Bro, that's actually not an easy obstacle. I've gotten a lot of vehicles into trouble on that obstacle. I have rolled vehicles there. I have had vehicles that, like, it's taken 4 or 5 attempts to get up that hill. That ledge is not easy. This truck made it look easy, but partially I think that's because we're running a longer full-size truck wheelbase. Oh, we bottomed out the camper. I knew that was coming at some point. I knew that the camper was not gonna stay off the ground forever. I mean, it's a big ask to get that camper to stay off the ground for an entire trail like this. And I kind of figured that a little bit of a high center moment, well, not even high center, but a little bit of like a bumper dragging moment was on the horizon, so to speak. That dipped really hard. Just giving her a little bit. Wow, I am blown away that we didn't flip over there. I am absolutely mind blown that we didn't flip over there. That's pretty incredible. All right, we got a little bit of open trail here. We're gonna kick the speed up a couple notches, or really rather 1 notch. We went from low to low plus, but that'll allow us to keep on rolling with some nice momentum. Find a little bit of grip right there at the front, and dude, it scoots. It scoots right on up the hill. Sick. I am very impressed. Honestly, I'm so impressed with this thing that I feel like we could take it on some even crazier trails, sub the camper getting hung up. I think the camper getting hung up would be our biggest issue, obviously. I mean, the capabilities of the truck are just, you know, absolutely up in the moon somewhere. They're up, like, near the moon somewhere, but, all right, let's put her back in low. Let's see how the wheelbase does on these stairs, and my line is already crap, so give that line a little bit of an adjustment. There you go. Find it on the front axle. Walk it diagonally, and oh, I'm really trying not to mess this up. There it is. And oh, big, well, I was about to have a big flex. Come on. Trying to just keep with that line until it finds a spot that it's comfortable picking up traction. Oh, come on. I don't want to roll back. Rolling back is the last thing I want to do right here. There we go. It found something, but it kind of gave up on it. Ooh, come on. There it is. All right, now I got to work it back to the left, and that's going to be a little bit sketchy because if we start tipping, it's kind of gone. It's kind of over, dude. And up it goes. Man, I cannot believe that we have been just consistently, like, nailing these obstacles one after the other, after the other, after the other. It is so incredibly satisfying that I don't even know how you would ever be upset with this thing. It's like, it's one of those trucks that's impossible to be disappointed in. Now, let's kick up those gears a little bit. Let's see how it does in automatic mode, because this is actually the first time in this entire drive I've run it in automatic mode, and I think you can still drive it quite realistically. Whoa! Wow, that's the first time I've flipped this setup over, ever. I had no idea that dip was so immense. I mean, that's the dangers of running in first-person view, because if you run in first-person view, I mean, you don't fully know what's coming up around the bend when you have this super long hood. That's the thing about the square bodies, is that they have this long squared off hood, and there's only so much you can see. There's only so much visibility you have. Come on, find something. There we go. Love this aftermarket steering wheel, too. The aftermarket steering wheel, the working gauges, it's all just dialed in so well. And that, I think, goes back to the absolute quality that John provides with his mods, especially for stuff that is console friendly. Holy crap. Find some momentum. There you go. See if we can do this in automatic mode. The wheelbase is a little unhappy right here because of the spot, but hold on. There we go. Oh, I was trying to kick the clutch. I'll have to kick it into high. Ooh, wow, even high is not having it. Okay, all right, that's a little bit weird then. This one's gonna be a bit of a challenge. All right, so here we'll do a little bit of a modified line. We'll go left, we'll cut back into the right, and see if we can, we're onto something, and then it slides back into the spot where it had an issue last time. Tiny little winch pull, actually 2 tiny little winch pulls, and we're good to go. I know that this truck could make its way up that on its own, but I mean, I didn't necessarily want to, you know, mess with it that much. I mean, you know, if we want to spend a considerable amount of time on like one obstacle, that's fine, but I actually feel like this right here, I know it's not one of the official campsites, but this would actually make a really, really nice spot to camp out. So long as you had like, there we go. So long as you had it balanced in a spot where you weren't worried it was gonna flip over. But man, look at that view. That view is one of the best on any mod maps I have ever seen. And Mirror Lake just continues to be one of the most impressive maps that's ever been made in this game, I think. And of course, this truck fits it so well. It fits it honestly perfectly. And now, frankly, it's time to crawl up into that camper and take a nap. Of course, after we chalk the wheels, though, so we don't go rolling down the cliff. But if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all in the next one. Talk to y'all later.